What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Beyond versus Justice Sword Superman from the Batman Beyond 2.0 comics. So this is a pretty cool set. So we get Batman Beyond. We've already had him before, but I think the body will be a little bit different. You'll obviously have this different design with the green that we'll find out is Kryptonium. So that looks cool, just all that green on the black. And then we have Justice Lord Superman. So very cool to get this figure, just an alternate universe version of Superman where he is evil. So it looks pretty cool there. We can spin the box around and check out the two pictures on the back. Of course, just standard pictures, so nothing really specific for this, but just wanted to show that off. So I'm excited to check this pack out. So let me get them out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So let's start off with Batman Beyond, who is Terry McGinnis, which was a small-time criminal that was running from the Joker's gang when he stumbled upon the Wayne Manor and is helped out by Bruce Wayne. This action put strain on Bruce's old heart, so Terry aided him back into the house, where Terry realized that Bruce was actually the Batman. And after finding his father was murdered, he steals a bat suit to start fighting crime himself and convinces Bruce to aid and train him as Gotham's newest hero. So this looks pretty cool, and as we go in more into the Superman, we'll find out this is the Batman suit from the Justice Lord Batman, and all the green is it being powered by Kryptonium, so that's why it's all green and looks really cool. But otherwise, it does look very similar and pretty normal to the Batman Beyond outfit, just obviously the green and different designs that we'll go into, but looks pretty cool overall. So with it being Terry McGinnis and the Batman Beyond, it's much thinner, so like compared to Batman, he's got real thin body, but it looks pretty cool. So we have the head with the spikes that come up, or I guess the cowl that comes up really high, and then has of course the white eyes and white mouth there, so he does have kind of like a little grin on his face, and then the all black suit besides the green, and so he's got the same sort of design with the belt around the waist, the underwear piece, the same thin body that comes down to the gauntlet pieces on his arms with the three different spikes, so two on one side and one in the back, to the black hands, and then the skinny legs all the way down to the boots that have the really pointy shoe design on there. And then he has the wings on the back. Now I like these wings because these look much more bat-like with what I guess be like the bone design. I don't really know how bat wings work, but with the designs on there where it's green and then like the webbing in between it for the wing design. So I really like that on this one. And then like the little hinge piece designs up there with the little spikes on it look pretty cool as well. And as I mentioned, it does have the Kryptonium running through it, so it has the green all over it there, which we'll go into more detail in on the Superman. So overall, it is a cool looking figure. I love the black and green on this. It just looks ridiculously cool. But for movements, we get the head that'll twist all the way around. It can look down that far and up that far, so decent movements back and forth. The shoulder will come up to 90 there with that butterfly joint and rotate around. We get a bicep twist and the double elbow joint that'll bend all the way up on itself, so really good there. The wrist will twist all the way around and hinge back and forth for the hands. He has the ab crunch in the middle, so crunch back and forth and twist all the way around, and then also at the waist crunch and twist around as well. Then we go down to the hips that can come up pretty close to 90, out to the side can do the splits. Pretty much no thigh twist, but a double knee joint that can bend up that far, can kick himself in the butt. And then we get the foot that'll flex back and forth and twist side to side with the toe joint on the end. So pretty standard McFarlane movements. Oh, and his wings on the back do have the joints so they can flex up and down. So if you want to have them more folded down, so one wing's always on top of the other, so you can have them like folded down there in the back, so it'll take up a lot less space. But I think they look so cool, you definitely want to have them out. But you can move each one independently, or like with this design, they are kind of stuck together. So I like to just kind of do this. I think it looks pretty funny. So we have that wings option there as well. And overall looks pretty cool with this design. Like I said, just the black and the green looks so cool together. I just absolutely love it for that alone. But accessory wise, he does come with some additional hands, so he gets more like claw hands or whatever there. So we have the sharp claws from this, so that's cool. And then we also get a set of batarangs. So we do have these batarangs that look kind of weird just with the design. They look like birds almost with the points down here, so they look like little birds, but they are his batarangs. So we get those that we could try to put in his hand, but they never hold on too well. For stability, we do have a base, which I'll need to put him on because do have some issues getting them to stand, so that'll keep him standing there. And finally, we have his card, so there's just a picture of him, Batman Beyond, and of course as it's labeled down here, from Batman Beyond 2.0, which is the specific comic story where these figures came from, so that's cool. And then on the back, of course, we have his bio card where it says Terry McGinnis was just an ordinary teenager until his father was mysteriously killed. Suspecting foul play, Terry meets an older, bitter Bruce Wayne and learns a secret hidden for decades. When Bruce refuses to help, Terry steals and dons a high-tech, tricked-out bat suit in a quest to avenge his father's death as Batman. So there's my explanation, because what I've already sort of told you there, just the normal Batman Beyond storyline. But like I said, having this with the all green details looks really cool. And of course, for comparison, we do have our normal Batman Beyond figure, so just the basic one with red. And as you can see, it's going to be the exact same body. All the details and everything of the body are the same, just the new paint added on and the new wings compared to these old red ones. I do really like this one a lot because I love those bat wings. And then the green added on the black just looks ridiculously cool. And then we have Justice Lord Superman, who is Superman, at least at some point in the comics, was established from Earth 50. And he has a similar backstory to normal Superman until President Lex Luthor kills the Flash. So Superman storms the White House and kills Luthor with his heat vision. And following this, the Justice Lords impose their peace through harsh rule by lobotomizing criminals. And decades later, Superman discovers that Terry McGinnis is in his universe and goes after him. And in this universe, Terry discovers a more advanced bat suit of the former Lord Batman to battle Superman, to which Superman wins, but Terry fakes his death and discovers that the bat suit is actually powered with a synthetic kryptonite and uses it to defeat Lord Superman during their next battle. So that gives you explanation of why that bat suit had green all of, because it discovers it's powered by kryptonite and then uses that to fight Lord Superman and beat him. But of course, for Superman, he has superhuman strength, speed, near invulnerable, flight, x-ray, and heat vision, as well as super hearing and super breath. And overall, this looks cool. So, looks just like Superman, just it's a part of the Justice Lord. So he's got this white detail. So like this white cape that looks pretty cool. I love how it's sort of like flowing in the wind here. Of course, it would take up a lot of space compared to a normal cape, but it's nice details with it flowing in the wind. And it comes around to the symbol on his chest that I like houses the white S this time against the red. And then we do have the older looking Superman. So he's got gray all the way on the sides of his head. So adds age in there. And then of course, since he's evil, he's got the red eyes. So that's cool. Against the mostly all black outfit. So like on his underwear, he does have a white belt around and then white bands around his wrists as well as the top of his boots there. And this of course is using an old Superman figure. So they just sort of painted over what's already there. And overall though, I think it looks really cool. Now for movements, we get the head that'll twist all the way around. You can look down that far and then it should look up. There's some spots where it like won't look up at all, but if you got to get in the right spot, it will look up that far at least. So still not good for Superman, but it's better than nothing. Shoulders do come up to 90 with the butterfly joint and rotate around. We get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint. That's really stuck on this one, but can pretty much bend up all the way with the wrist that'll twist around and hinge back and forth. Then we get the ab crunch in the middle, so crunch back and forth and twist all the way around. And then we get the crunch at the waist and twist all the way around. The hips can come up to 90 and out to the side. We do have a little bit of a thigh twist on him, not much. A double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back, which isn't bad. And then we get the foot that'll flex back and forth and twist side to side with the toe joint on the end. So he works out just like every other Superman, so nothing really new or different going on there, just obviously the different design for Justice Lord. Now accessory wise, he does come with some additional hands. So we get some hands that you can have like this, maybe like some choking hands or something to use for fighting. And then we also get the base that we can put him on so keep him stable. And then finally we have his card. So there's a picture of him, Justice Lord Superman, again from Batman Beyond 2.0. So that's a really cool looking picture. And then of course on the back we have that it's Clark Kent or Kal-El. And it says the Justice Lords hail from an alternate universe where the Justice League decided to enforce law and order through any means necessary. Years ago the Justice League defeated them and Wonder Woman returned to their world to make sure they stayed in check. But something went wrong. Now Wonder Woman is back in the world of Batman Beyond, and Superman and Bruce Wayne sense that she's hiding something as Terry McGinnis takes a dangerous trip to the Justice Lord's world to find out Wonder Woman's secrets and encounters a version of himself whose life took a very different path. The Justice Lords return to our Earth in search for Wonder Woman. So there's a little bit clearer story from what I read about, but it's still really cool to have this Justice Lord Superman. He just looks really cool. I love this design overall. So a cool looking figure. But of course now with our Justice Lord Superman and then our Batman Beyond, we can't add them in because he did also come with a display. So we also got this little display we can put him on. So we have a ground thing. So it's supposed to be something that looks, I don't know if it's supposed to be the Bat Cave or what, because it looks kind of cave-ish with all sorts of stuff to walk across. And then we also get a picture as well. So we had a picture from like the back of the box. So it has our two figures there. So we can have the Batman Beyond and Superman, or on the back we have like this Bat Cave design, and it does slide into the back of the base. So there's a little section back here that we can stick it in. So it can stick like that, and then we can put our characters in front of it. So it's hard to get them both to fit on the display. Nice, of course, with both having the cape and the wings, against that backdrop doesn't work out. out too well. But there I have them on the display though, the best that I can, so you can have them sort of facing off, recreating the scenes from that comic. So very cool to have this set. It's really cool to get the Justice Sword Superman. I think that's why we wanted it the most, because it just looks so cool. But then having the Batman Beyond with all the green just looks really cool as well. So that'd be cool just to add with the rest of them. So a very cool 2-pack overall. So let me know what you thought of these two down in the comments. If you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.